Okay, we're here for another day of building a better you, day 20 of our 30-day New Year challenge. And all we've been here since October 2nd, y'all. So we done did far, far. Okay, we done did it, y'all. So anyway, um, so excited for another day to get lit, learn intentionally together, and another day to get fit. Get fully intense together about our dreams, our goals, our aspirations, the things that we want to do in life. So let's get into pouring this positivity into us and out into the universe. Let's get into it. Um, and if you have anything, first of all, I hope you're in a place where you can repeat after me. And if you have anything to contribute, drop it in the comment box below. All right. I am open to healing. I am loved. I am determined. Oh, sorry. I am focused forward. I am securing my future. Can you pass me the long cord, Tootie? Okay. Melody says I am motivated. Thank you. I am beautiful. Thank you. Oh, we may have to switch spots. Pass it over to you. I am enough. Sorry. I am worthy. I am ready. I am prepared. I like that one. I am powerful. Yes, thank you, Melody, for the contributions this morning. I am powerful. Yes, I like that one. My computer tells me I'm supposed to be in Atlanta, Georgia this morning. Good morning, Sandra. Miss L Boogie, good morning. I am worthy. Yes, I like it. I like it. I am unforgettable. And I am becoming the best version of me. If you have anything else to contribute, please drop it in the comment box below. Drop it in the comment box below. I'll give you guys a second. Okay, nothing else? All right. All right. So, we've been talking about everything. And I like to get to it. I like to get to, you know, I like to get you guys thinking. I think, good morning, love. How are you? Glitz and glam. I like to get you guys thinking. I just feel like sometimes we don't consider certain things until we like read about it or hear about it or it comes across our screen and we're like, yeah, well, I never really thought about that. Yeah, I need to do that. Yeah, I need to focus on it. Yeah, I need to treat myself like a little better like than that. And so I like to, when it comes to the mindset, good morning, go getters. We getting lit. Yes, good morning, Tedra. Um, I just think it's super important to consider certain things. So I'm I'm drop something in the comment box. I had to check my spelling. Hold on 1 second. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put that in the comment box real quick. Melody says, Grand Rising Love, we are woke. Yes. But if you always do what you've always done, you always get what you've always gotten. And I know we've all heard this before, but the issue is that y'all know I like rap, right? And in a song that I love to listen to, he says, "Do you hear me or you listening?" And it's a big fucking difference, right? He said, "Do you hear me or are you listening?" It's a big effing difference, right? Because sometimes we hear it. Shout out to the hustlers tapped in early. Yes. Sometimes we hearing it. We hear it. I'm listening. I'm like, I'm hearing you like I'm here. How can I not be hearing you? But the question is, are you listening? Because are you then taking this information and executing? Mm, you got to get free. That's the message this morning. We got to get free. We got to stop listening or hearing to respond. Like, I just want to listen to a little bit about what you're about to say, enough so that I can respond to you. But that's my limit. We have to start listening for comprehension and understanding and for the ability to execute. We all learn differently. Some people are auditory. Some people learn from reading. Some people learn from seeing someone do it. Some people learn hands on. We all learn different. But regardless of your ability to learn, if you listen, I promise you, any of you could execute. If they gave you 5 steps and said, if you listen, you can hit $1 million bag, and they give you 5 things to do, come on, somebody would hit it. I would say, nope. He said left first, boom, right, middle of the road, yield. Like you would follow those instructions to a T. You gotta treat your life the same way. You gotta treat you the same way. You gotta get free the same way. You gotta level up on you. Level up on our listening. so we could get new, brand new, and different results. Because to be honest, we all ready for it. I don't know about nobody else, but I'm waiting on it. But it requires you to get out of your comfort zone. It requires you to step out on faith. It requires you to believe. And it requires you to do something different. I know what you always been doing. You've been listening, you've been writing it down, you've been talking about it. But where's the action? Where's the execution? I never forget. Um, it was something I wanted to do, and um, my family has someone in my family has a restaurant they've had for like 30 years now. It's something I wanted to do, but I didn't have any experience. So one day I talked to my cousin and just explained that I would do it other than that I would do it like, free. Like just let me come in and try. And I had researched everything I needed to know. I was young. I was young. I had to be about 16 years old. I had researched what I thought I needed to know about serving, because that's what it was. Um so no, you gotta go to the other couch. Um I had researched everything and I was prepared because I really wanted this opportunity. And so what I did was told him I would do it for free but I already knew in my mind, I said, I'm gonna be so good at it. They gonna wanna keep me. And that's what happened. That's what happened. I was there for damn near 10 years. Side job. I had my other job, but my main job, but I would go serve a couple times a week, make a couple dollars in cash because I was so good at it. I loved people, I loved the interaction, and this was something that again, my family didn't know I would be good at it. I just tapped into, nobody showed me. Just tapped into it. I think that's what's important with life. You gotta tap into what makes our heartbeat. I ain't lying. Like these days, I'm not doing nothing that don't make me. Somebody say, Jay, I got this thing, and I got and this is going on. But if it don't make me, you understand, it don't make me happy. It ain't my thing. Mm-mm. Too many of us are tapped into too many things that we really are not into. Doing it because cousin Boo Boo wants to do it, and I don't really have anything else to do. I ain't really find out what I love. I'm doing it because she doing it, and it look like she making some money. I'm gonna see how long I can stick it out. See if I can make some money like her. I'm doing it because he doing it, and it look cool, and he got everybody following him. So I'm see how I feel over there for a little bit. You ain't found like what makes you tick. If you continue to follow the crowd, the trends, the things that's lit, the things that seem so exciting, you gotta find what makes you excited. Gotta find out what makes you tick. You gotta get out of your own way. You know? I think once we do that, we make room for what I call God's grace, for what God really has for us. We get to find that thing that really makes us go. And when we find the thing that really makes us go, we continue to have that smile on our face. There's no second guessing it. There's no doubting it. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, you'll stay chasing money and trends. I wholeheartedly agree. And that's why some people will continue to get the same results. I ain't talking about making no money. Some people just know how to make money. Some people product just push. It just is what it is. I ain't talking about making no money. That's easy shit. I'm talking about making you happy, keeping a smile on your face, not depending on anyone else for your happiness, but finding it right here, right in you. That's what I mean when I say if you keep doing what you've always done, you're gonna get what you've always gotten. If you're in the moment and you haven't come up out of that depression, you're still battling anxiety. Guess what? We're all battling. Some people have discovered what makes the battle worth it. Some people have discovered that. I know I have. I know I have. I found what makes me happy, what I enjoy doing. And guess what? So grateful and thankful to God that I get to do it. Last story. Um, when I first got my first car, I was 17. I didn't know a lot about cars. And things would go wrong on my car because I would see the signs come on. And these are what we call warning signs. And so I would ignore them. I did this for quite some time. And I was driving later on, when I was around 19, I was driving a free car. And I did the similar thing. Young and dumb, call it what you want. I don't know. Don't judge me, judge your mama. I was 19. But long story short, my engine went on my first car um, that I ever had. My engine went on the first grant car I ever had. I was driving around on a car from a grant. And even though all the services was free, I just didn't take it. I just didn't go. It just so by the time I took it, it had stalled on me. Well, by the time I wanted to take it, it had stalled on me. Came out to be the engine, which if you drive cars, you know that's like fairly expensive, right? To God be the glory that the grant covered everything. And, they didn't renege the grant for my lack of responsibility. They allowed me to continue to keep the grant because I drove cars from Subaru for the next 6 years. So, but I learned my lesson in that time because I was ignoring the signs. I was hearing it, I was seeing it, but I really wasn't paying attention, right? So I learned my lesson because I was at the time at 19, I was afraid. I was like, damn, I'm gonna lose this car. And I already lost my own car. And thinking about the things, the consequences. So yesterday I went into ShopRite, and I generally don't go into the market, but the kids was like, Mom, can we have this? And they were looking for something. And I was like, you know what? Instead of me doing an Amazon fresh order, yeah, I'm gonna go get it. I went into the market, went and got it, came back out, and my car stalled. Now my car is totally up to date on everything because I'm not the person I used to be. Okay. So I just called a real good family friend. He works on cars. He sold me this car, this truck. And I called him and asked him. He said, "Oh, sound like the alternator or starter." And I was like, "Damn, no signs." He was like, "That is a sign." I said, "Okay, to God be the glory." I dropped the kids off and I went straight to what? The dealership. I went straight to schedule me an appointment um at the Hyundai dealership because I don't play, right? and um, got everything that needed to get rectified. Paid what I had to pay, got it done. My point is that if I continued to act the way I was acting when I was 17 and 19, I wouldn't have got nothing done in my court. I wouldn't have wanted to spend the money. My mindset was so different. My mindset was so different. I would have been like, $700, $800. I don't do it. I know how I am. But to God be the glory that changes within all of us. So grateful and thankful that mindset elevation is possible. Yes, so possible. And I'm so glad because, nowadays I think about the future and my kids' safety and things of that nature, or being in the cold and having a car, stop like that. So, first of all, let me back up. The car wouldn't start for 10 minutes yesterday. And then as soon as I called the family friend mechanic, the car started right up. I didn't have to call a tow. I didn't have to call nothing. I didn't have to wait. I said, thank you, Lord. So I listened. Like, I'm not going to let this opportunity, I know what just happened here today in that car. I'm not going to let this just go. So what did I do? I dropped them right on off and went right back out. Could have sat in the house, could do this, could do that, could do anything. And I had things to do. I said, no, I'm going to go get this fixed right now. We'll get it fixed right now. I have a different mindset now. I have a different way of doing things now. My priorities are different. My way of listening to God is different. And that's my point. But because of that, I feel like I get different results. I get better results. So that's my message. If you want to get something different, it's time for you to be willing to do things in a different way. You want your life to be different? Do it in a different way. You want your health to be different? Do it in a different way. You want your relationship to be, act in it in a different way. You want your relationship to God to be, act in it, do it in a different. Come on, it's time to be different. You got to do differently if you want differently. And you got to be willing to do some things that other people are not willing to do. Got to be, you know, relentless in your efforts to make change within you. You got to be relentless. So that's my message this beautiful morning. Get free on you and on the standards that society has set upon us, and on what should be or what it looks like. Do it. Do it. I think you should do it your way. I think you should do it for you. And I think you should give yourself a chance to see what the other side looks like. Come on, y'all. Drop some fire if y'all awake this morning. Because I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I've been down. To know thyself requires peace. Be still to listen, to hear the true inner voice for guidance. Yes. Yes, Melody. Melody, they better sign up for your still class tomorrow for the class to find their inner quietness. Yes. Listen, true story. I'm going to say this, and it's the last thing. In times when I didn't listen, I felt like I kept getting the same response. Things just kept happening to me. I would ask God, God, why are you giving me so much responsibility, yet giving me so much trial and tribulations? And this, I was young. I was 19. I was 19 with custody of a 13-year-old, custody of a 2-year-old, I had custody of my sister, and custody of my nieces. 19. I'm like, so much responsibility, yet I'm dealing with so many other things. I was dealing with an eviction, dealing with a car repossession. I'm like, how am I supposed to do this and get this done and get these kids where they gotta go and get to 4 jobs? Because that's how many jobs I had. I was working 4 jobs. Oh, sorry, y'all. I saw something. I'm like, how dare you give me so much responsibility, yet so much, so many issues, right? So I had to get closer. One thing my mom taught me, just in those moments, you gotta get still, you gotta get closer to God. So I did that a couple of months, and I realized that, it wasn't God punishing me. It was just really me continue to put myself in a cycle. And this is what I told myself. This was back then. This is over 20 years ago. If you don't pay your bills, you can't keep what you want. If you don't, if you're not on time, then you can't expect to receive what you're not given. And the crazy part was it wasn't even just the money. It was I was so engulfed with getting to every job on time, taking care of the kids. I was late on everything. I was just late on everything. Late, late, late. I was late. I was late to work. I was late to all my jobs at the time. It was because it was so much put on me at once. I became this girl, like this whole different person. But once I got up out of it, and really to get up out of it, first of all, let me go through the process. To get up out of it, I really just started bridging the gap between me and God. Started talking to Him more and started doing things better. I've always wanted to please God. I've always, been God fearing. I'm just like, I don't want to disappoint. But in order for me to stop disappointing him or feel like I was disappointed, I'm like, I gotta do, the right thing. So I never forget I quit Bethesda. I was working at Bethesda, on Broad Street, on North Broad Street, down the street from the old Jollies. I quit because that was my overnight job, and that's probably the job, even though I was only going there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday overnight, I was really getting exhausted because all my other jobs was during the days and they kind of like worked together. So I had to quit once. I said I quit Bethesda. Plus, it was paying me the least amount. I resigned and gave myself more time to be home to organize and settle and get everything in order, get my bank books in order, everything like just do everything. And once I went through the process of just like, you know what, I'm gonna just structure this shit. It started running like a well-oiled machine. Kids getting up, getting to daycare, getting to school, everything. Because at 19, you don't know how to parent. I didn't have my child till I was 27. Okay, I was not a mother. I was thrown into that. So long story short, for me to get a different result out of me, out of life, I just had to do something different. I thought I was doing something different by working and making the money and being able to have an abundance of, but really what I needed to do was put that time into my household. I had to learn that. I had to learn at an early age that your home is your peaceful place and you have to create that space, right? Yes, that was key for me. So when I learned that, I just started implementing and executing it. And once I did that, I just felt like things started to relieve, started to get up off my shoulders. And it was so crazy. And at this time, that was the time. Remember, listen, pay attention to the story. I had dealt with a car repossession, but this was right around the time when I got the grant to drive the car. So I had a free car I was driving now. So I'm like, oh God, like, because now things are happening. I'm like, oh, I'm getting different results. I got a car. It's free. I don't got to pay for it. All I had to pay was gas in that car. It was a brand new car. And every year they gave me another brand new car. They said, bring the 2000 and give us a 2001. Bring us a 2001 and give us a 2002. I'm like, what? This is amazing. So I felt like I was getting different results. So I wanted to do more of that. I had like an adrenaline rush. I want to do more of this. If this is the way this life works, I want to do more of this. It's what made me I found what made me be, what made me tick. made me want to do good all my life. I promise you, I've been that way ever since. Like, nope, everything gets done right when it needs to get done. I be like, I'll never want to go back to that again. Okay, so y'all get the long story short end, but or the short end of a long story. But that's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do. So as we go out into this beautiful day, I hope everyone has an amazing day, and I hope that you guys stay productive and get done what you need to get done.